What is up, my Lorcana Goons, and welcome back to the Lorcana Goons channel. My name is Kevin. You're watching the Monday weekly market watch where we go over Lorcana news, meta trends, and card prices. We're going to start off this market watch with a huge congratulations to someone I can call a friend. Huge congrats to DinConfirm for getting first place at the DLC, the Disney Lorcana Challenge in Melbourne, Australia, playing Ruby Sapphire with Supergoof and McDuck Manor. Super deserved, DK. Love to see it. You wanted to be a Lorcana champion and you succeeded. You've achieved your goal, but now you get a trip to Worlds and you want to be a world champion too, so good luck there. Once again, huge congrats. I know how much you've been trying, man, and we just want to say from everybody over here at the Lorcana Goon squad that we're really happy for you. Very deserved, man. But there was a lot that went down this weekend at the DLC in Melbourne. I'm sure a lot of you have been seeing all the news on your social media feed if you're a Lorcana player. But if you didn't know, the talk of the town right now in Lorcana is the top 8 feature match that happened on stream. We had a player on the right side over here, a French player, who ended up making it all the way to the finals, who DK had to beat. And there's just a lot of controversy with this top 8 match, a lot of accusations of cheating, a lot of information going around about the past from this player, and overall it's just a conversation that has been taking over my news feed, everybody's news feed, and I have to mention it. I'm not going to do a full video on it because, to be honest, there's just a lot of things up in the air in terms of how Disney Lorcana is going to respond, and quite frankly I feel like I don't really have a place there, at least not to make a video on it. Not any video is better than some of the videos that have already been made, so huge shout out to Snapquester Mage and other content creators who are making videos on this. Go watch those videos so you can get a better understanding of what happened and what's been going on with this top 8 feature match. They said it way better than I ever could anyway, so go watch those videos. But unfortunately there was a lot of conversations about the lack of overall experience level of not only the player base that was attending but even the judges. So apparently, from what I've been hearing from stories and what the internet is saying, is that a lot of people were taking advantage of the situation, taking advantage of players who weren't necessarily experienced in competitive gameplay for card games, and even some taking advantage of judges and judge calls who were judges their first time judging a Lorcana event. But there's a lot of information. I urge you to go check out some Disney Lorcana social media pages, whether it be Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, wherever you're getting your information from. But I don't want any of this to take away from the champion over here, DK. So huge congrats again on your triumph at DLC Melbourne, and I want to hear what you guys think about the whole cheating situation in top 8. If you guys get a chance to watch those videos and come back and let me know your opinions, or if you've already seen your social media feed and then made up your mind, then I want to hear your comments down below as well. But let's talk about the market, shall we? There's a lot of market trends going on because the DK did win a DLC with Ruby Sapphire, but it was a different Ruby Sapphire build than what we're used to seeing. It wasn't playing Big Sisu, it wasn't playing Maleficent Dragon, it wasn't playing Ice Block. He did focus on playing 4 copies of McDuck Manor, so I wanted to check out the cold foil McDuck Manors today, and look at this. They've just shot up overnight from what it looks like. This is what happens when you win a DLC with a spicy deck. Lowest verified right now is 90 cents with the $1.27 shipping. Then it jumps to $3 shipping and 50 cents. Then it jumps to $3.49 with the $1.50 shipping. So they're getting close to that $5 mark already for your cold foil McDuck Manors, probably $3 to $4. And if we look at the sales data here, plenty of sales happening today since last night, looking like a lot of people gonna copy the McDuck Manor DinConfirm deck right there. Pretty cool. Super Goofs also going up a lot in the last day or so. Over the weekend, less than $2 for a cold foil, around $2.40 actually. Now lowest verified is $4.22 with a $1.27 shipping, then $5 shipping included. These are now $5 cold foils as well for your Super Goofs. Even the Enchanted Super Goof jumping up in price. Today, the lowest verified is now $159.99, shipping included. So you're paying $160 for a Super Goof Enchanted Rare right now. We do have a sale for $89. That's a pretty good deal right there. But look at all these other sales: $150, $135, $131. Super Goof Enchanted Rare selling for more than $100. These were sitting at like $50, $60 for a cool minute. Then they jumped to $100 and down to like $80, $90. But now they're at like $150. That's pretty cool to see. Yeah, 4 Super Goof in the winning red-blue deck, which is really cool and very, very innovative in my opinion for a red-blue player. So if you want an enchanted Super Goof, there's a couple listings that are less than $200 still, but after that, check this out. It jumps to $269 immediately, then $350. So at some point, I think these less than $200 enchanted rares are gonna sell. Since we're talking about enchanteds, I want to look at the Scar promo because set championships are still happening this weekend. This weekend is the last weekend, I do believe, to enter a set championship. So if you are playing, good luck on your final attempt to win a Scar promo and or a playmat. Lowest verified is $42.95 for your Scar promos. These are selling for a little bit more than $40 right now. Still better than the Mirabelle promo, not too bad. Rapunzel, gifted with healing from the DLC tournaments. This promo has been just shooting up in price recently. These were selling for a little bit less than 100, like 101, 105 at the lowest, and now they've jumped back up to 150. Lowest verified is Manifest Comics, 155. Then Rivero Press has it for 155. Then 160 by Visual Zone Gaming. Then 200 by Play to Win Games. So very close to that $200 mark. Not quite there yet, but these Rapunzels are going up alongside those Cinderellas. Remember, I told you guys I do think that the DLC promos are very cool. I imagine they're not going to use the same DLC promos in the next season, but we'll see. If you're watching the stream, then you got to see Maui sharks running around, and you also got to see a lot of Lorcana sharks running around, apparently. The Maui shark been jumping around in price today, going back up to $50. These were selling for a little bit less than 50 for the cold foils. My bad, the cold foil Maui sharks. These were selling for less than $50, but today, lowest verified, they're $50.99 again, which is really cool. I do think that has a lot to do with DK winning with his Maui shark build. Lowest verified for the non-foils are still less than 35. They're 32.63 right here for the lowest verified, and there's plenty of sales to go around before it hits that $35 mark on the next page. Sad Beast is going back up to close to $35. I think people are starting to use this card again in some steel builds, which is really nice. $33.25 is the lowest verified by VA sales, and it kind of sticks around that $33 mark. $33.83, almost $34 actually by Tributive Tabletop. That's good because these were selling for around $28 to $30 for a cool minute. Sisus are still selling for almost $30 for non-foils. Today, the lowest verified is $29 with shipping included by VA sales. And if you want a cold foil, they're not that much more expensive. We have a $32 listing by some non-verified sellers with a little bit of extra shipping. Then $34.99 with a $1.59 shipping. So about $6, $7 more for a cold foil Sisu. For whatever reason, Baymax is the Armored Companion. These are pretty popping right now. Lowest verified is $13.99 by Houston Game Guys. Then it jumps to $14. Yeah, they're basically $14 legendaries again, and these were less than $10 in the beginning of January, and about a month later they're back up to almost $15 for a non-foil. That's really nice to see. The cold foils for these are going to be basically the same price for some non-verified, $16, and $17.85 by another level for a cold foil Baymax Armored Companion. Calhoun the Goon is slowly going up in price. These are selling for at least $9 now. Lowest verified is $9.75 by VA sales, and that's very close to $10. So I wouldn't be surprised if Calhoun hits $10 very soon. The same way Genie hit $15. Maybe not that much, but Calhoun is very popular. If you're going to see a bunch of McDuck Manors running around now because people are going to copy the winning deck list, maybe consider picking up some Mauis because Maui's a great out to McDuck Manor, especially if you're a Rubiam enjoyer. Maui plus Crab destroys a Manor, which is really nice. Haggood Industries has them for the lowest verified for $7 and $1.25 shipping. That's really cheap. Speaking of cheap, Elsa's, the Fifth Spirit are really cheap now. They're around $6. They used to be close to $10 for the non-foils as well, just the same as the foils. And now the non-foils are back down to $5.75 with shipping included if you ever wanted to pick up this card or a playset. Along came Zeus is another $5 card, which has been going up steadily in price from around $3.50 to now more than $5, almost $6. We're at $4.87 with some extra shipping, then $5.24 shipping included by Refine Gaming LLC for a non-foil Zeus. The second place list, the infamous players list, was playing the Fishbone Quill. So I do feel like Fishbone Quill might be still relevant in this meta. Lowest verified is only $5 for your Fishbone Quills. Maybe don't toss those out yet. These are really cheap. Look at these cold foils. These cold foils are really cheap. Lowest verified for a near mint Fishbone Quill is $12.65. These used to be $25 for these cold foils. Wow. Diablo the Obedient Raven, these continue to surprise me and just keep shooting up, dude. These were less than $2, and now the lowest verified is $2.70 with a $1.27 shipping. If you buy one on TCG Player, you're going to be paying almost $5 per copy of Diablo. So not quite $5, but at least $3 to $4 for each one, and that's for the non-foil. And be sure to pull out any Sugar Rush Speedways from your bulk, because these are selling for at least $1 or $2. I don't know why, but these just shot up in price recently. They're at least at 99 cents with $1.27 shipping. Lowest verified by in-house games, so for sure at least $1 each. And these cold foils also sell for around $3. Check this out. Lowest verified is 322 with $1.22 each. So I wonder why these went up in price. I don't think anybody's playing any crazy decks with this, but it could just be people collecting the Wreck-It Ralph cards, right? But it is Monday, so we're gonna hop on 130 point and check out some prices because I wanted to look at the Lorcana Japanese prices because there's a lot of Japanese first chapter being pulled in the Americas or wherever you're at. A lot of people ordered first chapter in Japanese, and I've even been seeing people pull up to the booth that I vend at Ninja Exchange in Carlsbad, California. They pull up with a Japanese Lorcana singles or they have sealed Japanese product, and it's been hard for me to get Japanese products sealed at a good price, so I haven't been able to supply it at the booth yet. But I have been seeing people pull cards, and they're pretty cool. Overall, you can sell them on online, obviously, and we have some recent sales data. They sell for a lot cheaper than the English printing, from what I can tell. Lowest a recent sale for a Rapunzel sold for only $20. So if you don't want to pay $45 for an English Rapunzel, you can pay $20 for this Rapunzel, this Japanese one instead, and you can play it in tournaments. The booster boxes sell for around $60 to $70 on eBay, as far as I can tell. But there are some sales that are a little bit more expensive. There's a Be Prepared here, a first chapter Be Prepared. That's a non-foil one. It's Japanese, and it sold for $16, which is very interesting. A common Friends on the Other Side non-foil selling for $2. That's pretty cool. Look at this, a cold foil Captain Hook Japanese selling for $5. So I think maybe cold foil Japanese cards might be something because the cold foil Japanese cards look really cool. They look a lot better than the English printing of the Japanese cards, or I'm sorry, than the English printing foils. 100% the foiling on the foreign cards or the Japanese and the Chinese ones look way better. This foil Fire the Cannons right here selling for $3, not too shabby. But the enchanted rares are selling way cheaper in Japanese. We have Elsa selling for 645. Japanese Elsa selling 645. A Japanese Mickey, the Wayward Sorcerer selling for 155. Japanese Stitch Carefree Surfer selling for 200. Way cheaper than its $300 counterpart. It's not too far off, but it's a little bit cheaper. This Aurora, not too bad actually, selling for 127. So they are a little bit cheaper than the English Enchanteds, but it's not too much. It's not too much either. So I do feel like buying the Japanese first chapter is not too bad. If you want to crack some packs, I do think that the value is kind of there. Obviously, it's always going to be hard to get like your value back from cracking the boxes and whatnot. But I like the first chapter Japanese, and it's looking to me like it's highly in demand. I do think that the Japanese singles are going to be a little bit cheaper than the English singles because there's going to be a lot in circulation. But and realistically, at some point, it's going to be harder and harder to get Japanese first chapter the same way it was to get English first chapter. But right now, it's more accessible. Right now, it's way more accessible than English first chapter stuff. So you're probably going to see it at a cheaper price, I think. Also, the hit rates. I know a lot of people ask about the hit rates for stuff like this. As far as I can tell, when you order these like $60 boxes, it's looking like you're pulling two legendaries per per box. And each box comes with I think 16 packs and 6 cards per pack. So you're basically pulling two legendaries, and in my opinion, it feels like it's a little better than having to have a first chapter English printing because that comes with 12 cards per pack, and you're kind of pulling the same amount. You're spending around what 150 MSRP. So you can pull 4 legendaries, and the problem is you end up with a bunch of bulk when you crack the English packs, right? Because you're getting 12 cards per pack instead of just 6 cards per pack. So it feels like you're able to get your hits a little faster with the Japanese ones. And before we call it a day, I wanted to go over some slabbed Lorcana. We typed in Disney Lorcana PSA 10 so that we can run our PSA Monday series. And I just want to see what PSA 10 Lorcana slabs have been selling. We have a Hercules Enchanted. That's pretty cool. This is a PSA 10 selling for $112. Only 3 bids. Very interesting. This one though, right here, this one has my eye. We have a Diablo. This is the legendary Diablo. For a PSA 10 Diablo that sold for $12.50 with 6 bids. That's like $8 cheaper than the market price for a raw Diablo. That's very interesting, actually. Maybe sometimes you just find them deals on eBay. This is cool. We have a Robin Hood from Shimmering Skies. This is just a common Robin Hood, but a PSA 10 foil selling for $42. It's a population 1, so there's only been one PSA 10 for this card. Very interesting. We have a Mickey Mouse Detective League promo, PSA 10 selling for €80, very close to $100 right there. We have some D23s that we're selling. The D23 promos have been selling a lot on eBay recently this week. On February 2nd, a D23 Captain Hook PSA 10 selling for $1,580. 16 bids on that one, so there was some decent activity, I think. PSA 10 Mickey Mouse Playful Sorcerer. This is the one that we got last year, just recently. PSA 10 selling for $280, and that's not too expensive. That's about double the raw price. A PSA 10 Maleficent Monstrous Dragon from the original D23 release, selling for $1,951. That's 51 bids, by the way. This one. Oh, sorry, 31 bids. 31 bids. That's still a lot of bids, I think, for $1,951. 31 bids right there. It seems like a lot too. Mickey Mouse Tokyo Toy Show promo, PSA 10 selling for $93. We have another D23 right here. This is the Rockstar Stitch, D23 Rockstar Stitch from 2002. These were released in 2002, by the way, so it's already been it's going to be 3 years this year since the original Lorcana cards were released. And a PSA 10 Rockstar Stitch, 21 bids, $2,051. Wow, love to see it. As far as I can tell, this is not the most expensive they've been. This is the all-time high. I do remember, back in like 2022 and 2023, there was a lot of hype behind these cards, so they were selling for a little bit more, but they haven't really fallen down too much. I don't think I've seen this Rockstar Stitch sell for less than $2,000 at a PSA 10, so it's looking like it's like sideways trading, right? It's been selling at the same price for a cool minute. And of course, we have the original Mickey Mouse Brave Little Tailor D23 PSA 10 selling for $2,026 with 28 bids. Looking like somebody offloaded their D23 slab collection, which is really cool. PSA 10 Baymax selling for $152. That's 57 bids right there. So if you have a non-foil Baymax promo from Nationals, these graded PSA 10 basically sell for double the price because the raw is $75 and the graded slab PSA 10 is $152. Pretty nice. Same thing with the Cusco. And 50 bids on this one. Wow. A lot of bids on these. So I think these are pretty popular, my goons. If you guys are into slabbing Lorcana cards, it's looking like these right here that have a lot of bids seem pretty popular lately. The Cusco and the Baymax. And a lot of people ask me about the Cusco and the Baymax. I think these are really cheap right now. But just the way the Rapunzel went up in price eventually, I do think the Cusco and the Baymaxes are also going to go up in price eventually because I don't think we're going to be getting those anywhere else available other than these recent national tournaments. That's going to be all for the Monday Market Watch, my Lorcana goons. Thank you so much for watching, and a huge congrats to my friend, our homie, Din Confirm, for being our newest Disney Lorcana champion. One of the best players in the game, totally deserved. Please let me know in the comments down below if you guys watched the stream, and if you guys have any opinions on that. Would love to hear your opinions on everything that's going on. But like I said, go watch all those videos from all those amazing content creators speaking about what's happening. Really appreciate you guys as well. Until then, stay tuned to Lorcana Goons, and we'll see you goons next time.